This move has San Jose fans shocked as we seen the defenseman assigned to the AHL, and Warsofsky speaks out on the Will Smith benching. We're going to break all this down and more later on this episode. Before we get into that, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone watching this video. And if you're a San Jose Sharks fan that wants to keep up to date on everything to do around the team because there is not enough coverage, make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and we'll keep you up to date on everything to do with the team. But Casey, let's just hop straight into the first topic today, which is a little shocking one to some fans, and that was that we've seen Mukhamadullin sent to the AHL for the San Jose Barracudas. Now, looking at Mook, the biggest thing with him, he played 10 games, putting up 1 goal. During these 10-game stretch, a lot of fans looked at this guy when he first joined the team after having an injury that held him out at the start of the year and thought he is turning the puck over way too much, and this looks like a live grenade on a stick. But he really started to find his footing, putting up his first NHL goal. He played 10 games. He did look like he was finally finding his footing in this team. He's only 23 years old, a former 20 overall pick by the San Jose Sharks. But looking at Mook, were you a little shocked seeing that he was sent down?
Yeah, definitely. I thought this guy was playing very solid for this San Jose Sharks team. I mean, putting up 6 points in 14 games as a defensive defenseman is a very good point production from such a young guy as well, who has really stepped up his game since being with the Barracudas in the AHL. And it was just a matter of he's not doing anything bad. It was just there's 8 defensemen, one needs to go, and unfortunately Mook was the odd one out here in this situation. But I do think that he will be back. I think that at the deadline, they are going to be shopping some defensemen here. They have CC, they have Ferraro. I don't think we will see Wallman shopped at all. I would be shocked to see him go, but one of these defensemen are going to be shipped out here at the deadline, so we will see Mook back once one of these defensemen go on their, to a different team, and he will then be able to get some ice time. But initial reaction from Sharks fans that I've seen is that, they hate to see him go, but they also love that he, is going to get more ice time down with the Barracudas. He's going to be able to help them on their playoff push as well in the AHL and get that playoff experience as well. I think it's going to be a great experience to have Mook down in the AHL, especially just getting better, honing his craft to when he gets called up again, he's even better than what he already is right now.
And the biggest thing with Mukhamadullin, and what I've seen a lot of fans talk about as well, is the fact that he does need to put on a bit of muscle, a bit of weight. He is a big boy, standing at 6'4", but he did seem a little just weak when it came to some board battles within this team. So going down to join the Barracudas, getting on this team more ice time, like you said, being able to put up more points. We've seen him put up 6 assists with the Barracudas in 14 games. He's going to develop his game more. And like you said, this is a team that was kind of loaded on defense at the moment. We've seen them fill out their defensive core. They had about 8 defensemen on the team. So going on this road trip, it did seem like they want him to get more reps in the AHL to get used to more AHL time. Like we said, this was a guy that missed the start of the year, missed training camp due to an injury, so he is just getting his footing back. But San Jose Sharks fans, what's your thoughts on Mukhamadullin being sent down to the AHL? Are you hoping it gets called back if they do move on from some guys like Cody Ceci or Mario Ferraro, who we did an episode on yesterday, so make sure to go check that out. Below that, let's hop straight into the second topic today, which is the fact that Warsofsky spoke out on Will Smith being benched. And from this tweet from Max Miller, we can see Smith's last shift ended with 5:03 left in the second period, which ended with him not playing for the rest of the game. Now, the biggest thing with this is a rookie. He still needs to develop. He needs to find his game. And we did get a quote from Warsofsky saying, "I just win with the guys that were going." He said, he's just a kid that's going through a part of his development and has got some low confidence. We got to work with him and we got to help him. Now, looking at Will Smith, a 4th overall pick in 2023, in 41 games with Boston College, he put up 25 goals, 46 assists, 71 points before joining the Sharks, putting up 14 points in 37 games. That's 6 goals, 8 assists. He is a minus 15, but with this team not being great defensively on paper, this is knowing that a lot of people are going to be minus, and we've seen a lot of rookies from across the league putting up some minus stats as well. So I don't like to focus on that. But the biggest thing is like Warsofsky said, he needs to get some confidence going within this team. We can also look at the second quote where he goes into there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more setting yourself up body position wise for pucks when they come up the wall, whether that's on the rims, the pucks that are direct, or the pucks in your feet, how you protect it from the middle of the ice. There's a lot of details that go into it, but yeah, you got to kind of start over and simplifying his game. Looking at this, KC, and when watching the game, were you a little shocked seeing Will Smith being benched for what felt like the entire second half?
Yeah, it's always shocking seeing, one of these star top prospects, top talents coming up in your team to, be benched. You don't expect this to happen, but do I think maybe it was warranted? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of benching myself. I think that just ruins somebody's confidence who is already low when he's not performing to his abilities. So, I don't want to rip into the coach here for this one or anything, but I don't agree with it personally. I know there's other coaching styles and other people have different opinions on it, but I think it's hard to be Will Smith right now. I think not the actor, on the San Jose Sharks, but I think it was hard to be both right now. I mean, to be honest, but I think it's tough for him just to find his footing here in the league. I mean, not everybody can come in, be a Connor Bedard, be a Macklin Celebrini at 18, 19 years old. I mean, those guys just defy the odds. Most players, when they come into the league at 18, 19, they do have some struggles and do have some struggles with confidence. We've seen it in Uri Slafkovsky. We've seen it in Alexis Lafreniere, who are both now coming into their own in just a couple of years in the league. So I think we give Will Smith the benefit of the doubt here, and Sharks fans just need to lift him up to boost his confidence, because I think this guy is going to be a great player for this club's future. I mean, he's a 70-point scorer in college, so that is going to transition. He just needs to find the right situation that's good for him, and he will just thrive there. I think it's just a matter of time until he gets there, but right now, it's obviously a tough situation for him.
Yeah, we've seen Warsofsky kind of slap his butt on the bench harder than Will Smith hit Chris Rock. But the biggest thing with Will Smith is he has so much time to grow. I think a lot of players around the league, Celebrini, Bedard, even Connor McDavid, when he first came in, kind of made a lot of people look at rookies and be like, hey, he's not performing well because he's not at a point per game. He's not putting up 30 goals in his first season. But this is a player that's going to be a huge part of the Sharks' future. He's going to be a star player in this league. The reason why the future is teal is because of all this talent that they have, like Will Smith within the Sharks team. But we also did get one more quote from Warsofsky going into after that game. He said he's gotten points his whole life, and this is probably the first time he's gone through a little stretch where he's not getting points. For a guy that's like him and dynamic like that, it could eat at you and pick at your game a little bit. He has a battle against guys like Nick Foligno, some big guys on the wall, the details with that position. There comes a lot he's not used to it, so we got to work with it and get him back. This is one of the things where I think Will Smith could come into the second half of the season and really start to dominate once the Sharks team kind of gets their footing with chemistry. I mean, this is almost a new team of just young players, veterans, and everything in between filled out as they go through. The team's going to look different after deadline as well, but we're going to see Will Smith's ice time most definitely go out up as the season goes on. But what's your thoughts on the Sharks fans? What's your thoughts on Mukhamadullin being sent down to the AHL? Do you think he'll be back up if they move on from guys like Cody Ceci? Even someone like Miro Ferrara, who has been in trade rumors what feels like the past 3 years. And what's your thoughts on Will Smith's benching? What do you think he finishes his rookie season with? And how many points do you think he can put up next year? Let us know down in the comments while you're down there. Leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. As I said, the San Jose Sharks do not get enough coverage. So if you're enjoying this and you want to keep up to date, hit that subscribe button. But I've been your host, Mark Pye, with my co-host, KC, and take care.